What's good, y'all? Buckle up, coming through on a quick drop, and we gonna get right in on this, y'all. This in response to the bullshit ass Sunday live that Bark for the Bone just did this morning. So first of all, let me say this: BFTB, shut your goofy, dummy ass the fuck up about what you don't see as far as Ryan versus Tank. As far as people talking about Ryan versus Tank rematching. Because you don't go to other channels outside the LDBC. By words out your own mouth. You do not go to other channels outside the LDBC. So you don't know who the fuck been talking about a Ryan versus a Ryan versus Tank rematch. And I remember several shows anyway. You a lying ass nigga anyway, because it been 1,000 fucking shows where motherfuckers didn't complain about Tank draining Ryan. But we gonna get to that anyway. And what's another thing I had to tell y'all too? Oh yeah, this dummy motherfucker say he keep on saying too, Tank versus Frank should have done. He gonna say on this motherfucking live this morning that Tank versus Frank should have done a million pay-per-view buys when Frank was a nobody. It's what you call delusion at its best. Still talking about Frank Martin, knowing Frank Martin ain't done nothing. Never been a champion, ain't beat nobody, ain't done nothing. He still talking about Frank Martin. Boy, in delusion. Boy, in total fucking delusion. You feel me? And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Listen, what he was talking about. BFTB, listen, BFTB would have hung itself to be a part of the LDBC. Alright? It's a video, I just can't think of the video. You could go way back, like about 5 motherfucking years ago, when Fanon gave this goofy motherfucker some shine. Fanon had like 10,000 he told like 10,000, he had like 10,000 motherfucking subs on there, telling them, I got 10,000 that, I need 10,000 motherfuckers to go over there and sub to BFTB. I remember the show. Yeah. I remember the show. Yeah. Fanon gave him and Drew they motherfucking start with the LDBC. He would have hung himself to be with the LDBC. Now, so check this out. So this what really made me drop this joint. So the dude Zay came in BFTB comments this morning off the show he was doing about Tank, because he got mad because Tank asked for 150 mil to rematch Ryan at 140, which is cool. That's cool. So Zay came in BFTB comments and told a goofy motherfucker that people didn't like the fact that Tank drained Ryan from 140, and we would like to see what the fight looked like at 140 against Ryan. And Zay told BFTB, you know this, so don't act like you don't. Which was real spit. Zay, it was real spit. Zay, and again, fuck that yes man. Fuck that yes man. Say what the fuck is on your mind, Zay. Say what's on your mind. Fuck that goofy. If he put you off his channel, so be it. You goody, bro. Find another place to be. Catch that goofy motherfucker when he come on somebody else's channel and trash his lame ass. Hey, Zay, he not your friend, Zay. He not your friend. He wasn't, he wants you to be his follower. Keep saying the same kind of shit. Keep saying the same kind of shit that you said, because it's all boxing and it shows that BFTB, aka Bark for the Bone, is a fuckboy. Alright? And he never was cool with you from the jump, bro. Fuck that lame ass nigga. Say what's on your mind. And as far as Tank versus Ryan at 140, of course I would want to see that take place, simply because Ryan looked like he was dying on fight night in the first fight. I knew right off the top Ryan would have no kind of endurance at all, forcing himself to be 136 pounds. Because that's what Tank drained him to, because Floyd taught Tank to do that. Tank versus Ryan at 140 would be different because Ryan would feel much more comfortable, and Tank should be comfortable himself as well. We still got 3 to 5 years to see Tank versus Shakur, or Tio possibly as well. Tio will probably see Tank. We could possibly see Tio versus Tank maybe 1, 2, or I mean, in real soon, or maybe even 1 or 2 or 3 of the prospects at 135 turning contenders. We'll get some fights, something to come up. Tank versus Shakur is a great unification fight, but they both are still at the type of ages that they got plenty of time to make it happen. Shit, Tank versus Abdullah Mason. Tank versus Abdullah Mason would probably be a great fight somewhere down the future. You never know. Tank versus Matias. Tank versus Matias or Hitchinson at 140. They great fights. Tank versus Ryan and a rematch at 140 is a great fight. And the only reason BFTB don't want Tank to fight Ryan is because, for one, he know Ryan versus Tank repeats 1 mil or more in pay-per-view buys. And the second reason he don't want to see Ryan, he don't want to see Ryan get that kind of bag because he don't want to see Ryan get that kind of bag after beating the fuck out of Devin like he just did. And listen, y'all, Ryan's name had more followers and was just as household as Tank name before he fought Tank, which BFTB always been jealous of, hating of. That was some skin color shit. That's some racist shit. He always been hating on Tank because he was household, he was known, always had a whole slew full of followers and all that shit, always. BFTB keep telling us how he was talking about Frank Martin when Frank Martin was a nobody. You was talking about Frank Martin because you knew Frank Martin was a Spence fighter. You wasn't talking about Frank Martin off the work that he was putting in or nobody he beat. And bottom line, we all knew Tank was knocking Frank the fuck out like he did. And Tank told Frank it's levels to this shit. And he treated Frank in the ring like it was levels to this shit. A Tank versus Frank rematch is definitely never needed. Everybody got fights coming up. Tank, Shakur, and Tio. Everybody got fights coming up except Devin. So this is the perfect time for Devin to tune up himself back in while everybody got fights coming up if Devin's smart. Because Devin getting knocked out next time he get in with any A-level or A-level fighter at 140. Tank versus Ryan goes back to being a 50-50 fight for me. Because I got Ryan feeling different in his body, and him feeling more comfortable will make this a more competitive match. I think we still got do got Tank versus Roach coming shortly. But let's just see how all this shit play out. See y'all on the Get Back.